Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. It's been a little while, but at any rate, we're going to do a 1 year review or 1 year usage review of the SN019. But before we get into any of that, we have a watch giveaway going on. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're giving away a San Martin SN016 to the grand prize winner. This has got the high beat movement in it. Basically, pause this video. There will be a link down in the description to the video that you need to leave a comment on in order to be entered. So if you want to do that real quick, that's fine. Just so you know, there's actually going to be a chance to win 3 watches. We have the San Martin, which is the high beat version. And then we have the two 21,600 beat versions, which is my own custom logo Submariner, or not Submariner, I'm sorry, GMT. But the whoop-ass racing logo, you can see it there back behind the fourth hand. And then we have the Pagani design GMT. Sorry, little piece of dirt on there. But at any rate, this one here has got an upgraded glide lock clasp. All of these have got the Mr. E patina, but the grand prize is going to be the San Martin. These two are going to be to the runner-ups. They'll be able to, jump in there, and whoever gets to me first, I guess, can pick out whichever one they want. But like I said, the link to that video will be down in the description. So please, if you're not already entered, all you got to do to enter is go to that video, leave a comment, and be subscribed to the channel. That's it. As soon as we get to 2,520 subscribers, which I think we only need like 300 people. So basically, if I can get 300 of y'all to go ahead and subscribe, we'll be in there and I can give away these watches, which will make me happy. Because I ain't giving away a watch in a month or so. Maybe 2 now. Getting on my nerves. Yeah, so on to what we were originally talking about. The SN019. I've had this watch for over a year. I have worn the daylights out of it. And you can tell too. I mean, she's got scratches on most all of the high polished surfaces on here. Even on, the brushing and stuff like that. But again, I'm an auto mechanic. When I wear the watches and stuff like that, I'm just doing what I normally do. I kind of forget that I have them on. It's only when I'm going to put my hand in like a really, really tight spot and whatnot that I'll actually maybe think about it. But like I said, you can see this thing has seen a lot of action. Because of the color blue of the dial and everything, this is one of my absolute favorite watches to wear. The 41 mil case, it wears okay. It really, it's not, I mean, I would love to make more of a big deal out of it than what it is, really. Because, I mean, honestly, is the 40 mil more comfortable? Yes. Most of my 40 mil watches I find just slightly more comfortable. But again, if you don't have any of those yet, or you don't have a 40 mil yet, or you don't have one that just really, you like the way it fits, this fits great. But, I have a number of 40 mil cases, and even my Jeanneau that is a 41, it's actually 40.5, but they say 41 mil case, and because of the flatter case back, it fits better. But, I don't want to say negligibly better, but it fits better. But there's a huge difference in the price points here. But this one, I got it with a PT 5000 movement. It's been functioning and working absolutely phenomenally. We're going to put it here on the Timegrapher in just a second. But, I mean, it's got the slightly larger case size like the newer Submariners, and it's also got the slightly larger lug size because this is 21 millimeter here instead of 20, which is one thing I really kind of wish they didn't do, just because it makes a pain in the ass to try and find any other bracelet or strap for it. But the clasp on this is, the milled push button clasp with the 4 holes and micro adjust. San Martin has recently come out with a gliding clasp. It is not the correct size for this. Like, the only watches it'll work on, it'll only work on a few bracelets that happen to be, I think, like 16 to 18 millimeter, here at these size links to be able to fit inside of it. But yes, it's very, very nice and everything, but I've actually been wearing a number of my watches that don't have any kind of like super micro adjust, and honestly, it's it's not impossible to get a really good fit with using a micro adjust. But like, a good example is how this watch is fitting right now. It's a little warm outside, so with where it's at on the micro adjust, it's a little on the snug side when I put it on the wrist. It's not like too tight to where it's cutting off the circulation or anything, but like it's snug. You see what I mean? Like, I got just a little bit of room. Now I've been wearing this watch all day today, so it's nice and warmed up and everything like that. But it's like, you either got to go just a tiny snug or a tiny loose on something like this. And like, because this is a 41 millimeter watch, the head of it is just a tiny bit heavier, so I go a little snug. But like, as you can see, it don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's not wiggling, it's not jiggling, kind of thing. It's on there. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite watches, by far. And again, San Martin, the company, pisses me off on a regular basis. Like, they do all kinds of shit and piss me off with the customer service and other nonsense, but they do make some good watches, especially good watches for what they charge. But are they the be all end all? I would say no, but like, I'm not one to be all wrapped up in like brand heritage, because like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, Seiko, 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 because they feel like Seiko has a heritage. Man, I'm about quality, and Seiko's really got their hands full. All I'm saying is that for that same $300 that you're going to pay for an SKX 5, or $200 to $300 for an SKX 5, you can easily go to San Martin and get a watch with sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, fucking a high beat movement in some cases, and 200 to even 300 meters water resistance in most cases. Because again, like, this one's 200 meters. They do have a couple of watches that do go to 300, but what I'm saying though is, like, an SKX 5 will cost you $200, and it don't have a screw down crown. There's aluminum bezel and a mineral crystal, and a low beat movement. You know what I mean? So, oh, hang on, I gotta change the angle of the dangles here. 51 degrees, or no, 50 degrees, sorry. But see, like, this watch here, it's got excellent amplitude. Here, hang on, I'm just going to adjust the camera just a little bit, just so y'all can read it. But yeah, I cleaned up my work area and all that kind of good stuff. I was on vacation last week, as y'all know, and I wound up cleaning out my entire garage and finally getting everything put away that needed to be put away. But see, here you go. This watch is running -7, which is quite acceptable. You know, I mean, a million times better than what you want to find in most Seikos. Most Seikos are going to be, you know, plus or minus 10, usually closer to plus or minus 20, all day long. Like, just all day long. So I'll take a minus 7 evenly with that kind of really raw, powerful amplitude. And I'll go with that all day. So that is not bad at all. And again, like I said, you guys, I wear this thing at work. I swing a hammer. I beat on shit. I'm around all kinds of stuff that it probably shouldn't be around, like magnets and all that kind of stuff. And yes, I check on my watches for magnetization regularly. But all I'm saying is that I do a lot of stuff they say, no, it'll never hold up to, or no, you shouldn't do that kind of stuff, and it's fine. I'm not saying for you to go out and do that. I'm saying that that's what I've done. So if you're not doing that, you really shouldn't have a problem, is what I'm saying. And what I'm also saying is that for those of you who are like me and you don't have a choice and that's what the fuck you got to go do, you should be okay, dude. I mean, you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, I field tested this motherfucker. She done passed the test. I mean, that's all I can tell y'all. You know, for people that are like, oh my god, a PT5000 is not reliable. Bitch, it's an SW200 clone. You know, as long as they made the parts in the motherfucker halfway decent when they fucking manufactured them, then everything should be fucking copacetic. It should run and be as good as a Solida, theoretically, anyways. This one is kind of proven so. I mean, look, 0 fucking beat error. All right, -6, -7, steadily running there at an over 300 amplitude. I mean, fuck, you can't get no better than this. I mean, you can get better than this. Don't get me wrong, but for like the $300 that this watch costs, no, that's pretty fucking very respectable. You know, and again, since it's just like the SW200, we could easily regulate that bitch right into that lower percentage, or like, you know, -4 or -3 or even down to -2 seconds per day. But man, fuck that. I'm not opening up a watch that's running this good. That doesn't even make no sense. But at any rate, so what's my overall thoughts on this watch? I mean, this watch is taking an ass whooping. There's no scratches on the crystal or the bezel. You can see as all the other scratches all over the bracelet and stuff. Again, it's not like I went and took this bitch to sandpaper or nothing. But this is just me wearing it, doing my thing. And like, that's just how often I wear this one. Like, this is because this is what I feel one of my more affordable watches. I do have a tendency to take this to the shop quicker than other stuff, you know. But yeah, I mean, the blues are just fucking fantastic. The fit of the watch is actually very, very good. The end links and everything, like the way it just goes right over my 7-inch wrist, like it is just right. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, the end links are just perfect right here at the end of my wrist to drop the bracelet down. So for me personally, I do get quite an excellent fit out of this watch. The bezel action is very, very, very nice. Sorry, I'm trying to just remember everything. But no backplay at all. It's got a nice sound. It's got a nice feel. Works very, very nice. And again, the date magnification works quite well on this watch. They did get the magnifier lined up pretty good with it. So again, that's all kudos to them. This particular model, I'm not going to say all of them, but this one, the bracelet and everything feels really good. Like, I never had any problems with feeling any kind of crazy edges or sharpness on this one. You know, this one feels much better than a number of the other San Martins that I've gotten. You know, I've gotten quite a few that, you know, the bracelet and stuff like that looks just as good, but when you run your finger across it, especially like this way, you can feel a sharp edge. And same thing with right here. Like, you know, again, it's a squared off edge, so there's going to be a little bit of like, but I'm talking about like literally it felt sharp, like the edge was jagged, or like, you know, on like a microscopic level, you could feel like it had just a little slight edge to it, type thing, like a, you know, almost like burrs. I don't know, but the nice screw down crown on this thing again works excellent. You know, it's got a nice pop. Yeah, see, it just popped out. Again, here we'll be quiet. I don't know if y'all can actually hear it winding or not, but the winding is very, very smooth. You know, it feels very good. And like I said, you can see the gasket in there. So, nice, good size crown. Like I said, after a year of use, this watch has definitely proven itself, to me at least. This is a definite keeper, a must-have, especially if you're a blue guy like me. Because at that $350 price point, yeah, you know, nice solid bracelet, nice solid links, and hopefully here soon they'll have that adjustment clasp on this one too, and that'll be even just more of, you know, a money maker, you know, kind of thing. I wouldn't let it be a deal breaker for you though about getting one. Typically, if they make a bracelet, they'll sell just this part or whatever. You know, in worst case scenario, if they all of a sudden start offering it with a new bracelet, you just give them with the bracelet. But anybody that's going to be interested, I will have a link to AliExpress down in the description also. You know, I am an AliExpress affiliate. However, I make little to fucking dick on my commission. So, you know, I'd appreciate it if you click it, but they're not paying me for everybody that's been clicking it so far. So, yeah. Anyway, click my shit and subscribe. And go to that other video and leave a comment and subscribe over there too. Or don't subscribe twice. Just do it once. Yeah. All right. Peace, y'all.